Oh, hi, y'all. Welcome to Nikki's World, where my podcast show will give you viewpoints and insight that others will not give. I'll talk about like what's current, what's on the news, what is out there, and I will always cite sources and I always cite facts and news links so y'all know what I'm actually talking about. I give you my viewpoints and opinions, and if you want to hear what I have to say, what's on my mind and all that, I let y'all into my world and let y'all hear and listen to what I'm thinking and what's going through my mind. So if you love stuff like that, tune into Nikki's World twice a week, where you'll get 2-3 podcast episodes a week on what I talk about and what's on my mind. So thanks for listening, and let's get on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Oh, hi guys. Welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, we gotta talk about the porn-soaked Democrats because, oh my God, they've sunk to a whole new low here, and we gotta talk about that and so much more. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for a price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Locals, guys. If you guys want to support and sponsor Nikki's World, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review. Good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have affiliate links, including my ID, which is the medical alert bracelet, Minds, which is the alternative to Facebook, and also, guys, I do have a diaper referral link from North Shore Medical Supply. So if you guys are interested, the link's in the description below. And before we get the show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode, and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today? Wee, wow, yeah, it's Friday. I'm diapered up as always. I'm in my North Shore Megamax diaper and my adult onesie on. So, yeah, it's Friday. Got home from work and all this other shit. So, let's get this damn show on the road. So anyway, I want to talk about a couple of these articles that popped up on my RSS feed, and I have to say like this: how fucking low can the Democrats go? I mean, seriously, man, the debauchery, the craziness, and the pandering to the pointy left, including the trans cult. I'm like, I'm like this, guys. I'm shaking my head right here, going, how fucking low can they go? Well, today they've sunk to a whole new low. Okay? A couple articles just popped up on my RSS feed about this, right? And I'm going to read you the gist of this first headline from Gateway Pundit. Sick Democrat Senate staffer caught having graphic sex with an older their partner in the Capitol office building. I mean, for real? After reading that headline, I'm like this. A Democrat senator deserves to be in serious hot water after one of his staffers was caught engaging in a highly inappropriate and explicit act in the halls of Congress. So this story broke out on the Spectator, okay? And then I'm going to read you the gist of the report on the Spectator. Please stop taking nudes in the halls of Congress. Okay? So basically, this story was like broken by a writer named Cockburn, and then I'll read you the gist of the headline, guys. The so-called hallowed halls of Congress play host to a plethora of indecent acts every day, but one staffer for Senator Ben Cardin is taken to new levels. So basically, like this, guys, this this congressional staffer, okay, got caught on video performing a gay sex act in a Senate hearing room. Okay? I mean, holy cow. So you got this gay ass dude, this pointy fetish gay ass dude who works for a US senator is performing a gay sex act in in the Senate hearing rooms, mind you, the Senate Judiciary hearing rooms. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me here, ladies and gentlemen. What? It's like, how fucked up has this country gone? Okay, I mean, first, first with the Pino, and now this. I'm saying like this right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait till 2024 comes around the corner. I can't wait till we vote the fucking Democrats out of office. I can't wait, guys. If this is the kind of debauchery that is being allowed in this country, then you wonder why, ladies and gentlemen, why aliens have stopped visiting us and why our allies can't trust us anymore and why our enemies are basically having free reign, knowing that we have a fucked up government that is allowing this shit. Folks, no wonder why, no wonder why our country is burning to the ground. No wonder why our country is falling apart thanks to this bullshit. Seriously, guys. I'm seriously, man. If you read this article from the Daily Caller, guys, exclusive, Senate staffer caught filming gay sex tape in Senate hearing rooms. Now, read you the gist. A leaked amateur pornography shows a congressional staffer having anal sex with an unknown man in a Senate hearing room. Video obtained by the Daily Caller shows, and then this is the gist of the second paragraph. The alleged staffer can also be seen in a photo naked on all fours looking back at the camera on a table where senators often sit to ask questions during the hearing, and it appears to be unprotected sex. The source identified the room to the Daily Caller as Senate Room Heart 216, the Judiciary Room. The caller blurred out his face because his identity has not been confirmed. So basically, it's like this: you have you have someone who works, okay, who works for a senator is having gay ass sex in the Senate Judiciary hearing room. I'm like, how the fuck are we allowing this shit? How the fuck? I mean, for this senator this congressional staffer works for Senator Ben Cardin, a Democrat in Maryland, and they and he's doing this shit, making a gay sex film in the Senate hearing room. I'm like, I'm like, I'm like shaking my head and going like this. No wonder why the country's falling apart. No wonder why the country's in disarray. No wonder why we are one step fucking closer to balkanization. No wonder why, guys. No wonder. Okay? No wonder. And then even post millennial guys wrote this. Shocking. Democrats senator staffer filmed gay sex video in Senate hearing room. Okay? Yeah. No wonder. And then the post millennial even did their investigative journalism and found out who the staffer is. And I'll read you this. And I'll read you the first three paragraphs from the post millennial guys. A Democrat congressional staffer has been caught filming a gay pornographic film in the Senate hearing room. An explicit video obtained by the Daily Caller shows the naked staffer having anal sex with an unknown man in the Senate Room Heart 216, which is where U.S. senators sit to ask questions during Judiciary Committee hearings. The staffer has reportedly been identified as Aiden Masses. I can't say his last name, who works for Democrat Senator Ben Cardin. It's unclear which man is Mazes or Cesar Presky in the sexually explicit video. I'm like, are you kidding me in all this? Are you fucking kidding me? That how in the fuck can they allow this bullshit? How can they, guys? I mean, for a guy to have gay sex in the Senate hearing room just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, our country is falling apart. Our country is crashing and burning. It is crashing and burning like no tomorrow. I mean, holy cow. I mean, wow, wow, wow. For the life of me, this dude having gay ass sex in the Senate hearing room, my God, throw his ass in prison. Please. Throw his ass in prison. This this staffer, this congressional staffer, in my opinion, guys, as I'm sitting here podcasting with y'all in my diaper and in my onesie, is that I thought I go like this, and I thought people like this belong in a mental institution, but boy, this tops the list of all the scandals. This scandal tops the very list. The fact that this guy makes a gay sex film in the Senate Judiciary hearing room showing his liberal ugly face, and then strips naked and goes on all fours and then gets butt fucked in the Senate hearing room. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this country here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this country here. Our country's falling apart here, ladies and gentlemen. Our country is going down the hill. Our country is literally going down the fucking tubes. It is going down like you wouldn't believe this, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, for the life of me, guys, I look at it like this. I look at it like this. It's another reason why, guys, our country's falling apart. Our country is going down the shitter. With stuff like this, guys, and and stuff like this makes you wonder, ladies and gentlemen. Makes you wonder, why are we allowing this shit? Why are we accepting this shit? That Democrats think it's okay for them to have for two gay men to have sex in the Senate hearing room? I'm like I'm like I'm speechless here, guys. I'm speechless here. I'm shocked. I'm speechless. The fact that a Senate Democrat has staffers who are having gay ass sex, it would not surprise me, ladies and gentlemen, that they're probably doing the same thing in the White House, in the Pentagon, in in the in the House of Representatives, or the Senate offices, or the Senate chambers. I would not be surprised if they're doing this or if they're allowing this, and they're not being prosecuted or thrown in jail. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not. But I will tell you this, if it was a Republican or a conservative, I fucking guarantee you this would make the 6 o'clock news. This would make every liberal media outlet in the world. And basically, they would be talking about getting that conservative or Republican senator fired, canned, and thrown in prison. It if this was a Republican or conservative congressional member, well, yeah. But it's a Democrat. It's like, oh yeah, well, they fucking get a pass because it's a fucking Democrat. Telling you guys, I'm telling you, this shit, guys, this shit is disgusting. Yeah, it is shocking and disgusting. And the fact is that this senator is allowing it. I'm like, yeah, guys. I'm like, yeah. You wonder why our country's falling apart, guys. You wonder why our country is going downhill, going down the shitter, going down the crapper. You wonder why, guys. You wonder. You wonder as I'm sitting here with my diaper and t-shirt or onesie on and wondering what the fuck is going on with our country. Will you have a senator, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, who is allowing one of his staffers to film a gay sex film in the Senate chambers? I tell you what, guys, if if I would not be surprised if Brandon even allowed his staffers to film gay sex acts in the White House. Would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there's such a film of what, two White House gay staffers having sex in there. Would not be surprised, guys. But judging by what is breaking right now, you gotta wonder, guys. You gotta wonder, how fucked up are we, you know? How fucked up are we? Yeah, that a Democrat senator is allowing this? You gotta wonder how low the bar is, man. You gotta wonder, guys. You gotta. You gotta really wonder. Because every time I think that Democrats can't go any lower, oh, my apologies, guys. Anytime I think Democrats can't go any lower, then you see shit like this, and then you go, they can't go any lower than this. I mean, really? But they're going lower, and we're seeing it every day. We literally are. I mean, yeah, and it makes you wonder, also, guys. It makes you wonder if this was a Republican or conservative that did the same thing that this Democrat staffer is doing. I would not be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if he's hauled into federal court, if he's hauled into prison, okay? If he's ever caught and hauled into prison, I would be shocked and surprised. But Democrats, they think they're above the law. They think they can get away with shit like this. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, if this was a Republican or conservative congressman that his staffers are doing, I would not be surprised if they call for him or her to be removed from the halls of Congress. I would not be surprised. But since it's a Democrat, oh, they get a fucking pass. Oh, yeah, they do. They get a fucking pass. But believe me, guys, believe me here, man. Shit like this is why, holy cow. It's like, holy cow. Shit like this is why aliens don't talk to us anymore. They really don't, guys. They really don't. And then you wonder why America's falling apart. America's being fractured. America's being like split apart or balkanized. And we're going to talk about that in the next in the next segment of the show, cuz I got something to say about an upcoming movie, you know. But for real, man, for real. For real. This goes to show, guys, that Democrats are willing to go so low that it ain't even fucking funny. They're willing to stoop to the lowest of low and still get away with it. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. As someone who's seen stupid shit in Democrats, this is probably the newest low that Democrats are willing to get away with. And I'm not surprised if they're really, really doing it. I'm not surprised. Yeah. The funny thing is in this story is that even in basically conservative news outlets, this is getting exposed. But but here's the funny thing, you won't ever hear this in liberal news outlets or liberal social media sites like basically what? ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, or MSNBC. or even the liberal social media sites like Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, you probably won't hear it. But you'll hear it on conservative outlets. I mean, holy shit. But believe me, guys, believe me, shit like this, I tell you what, if this happened during Trump's administration, I guarantee you right now, Democrats would be calling for Trump's head. They'd be calling for him to be impeached, censored, or whatever, whatnot. But since it's Brandon and it's fucked up Democrats, they're like this, guys. Oh, let's give him a pass. Oh, let's not worry about this and this and this and this. And I apologize, guys, if you do hear Lifestar flying by because they are on their way back to the hospital with a critically ill patient. So I do apologize for that. But like I said, guys, like I said, if this was Trump, and I'm gonna say this on the podcast show, guys, if this was if this happened during the Trump administration, I guarantee you, the left, the liberals, the Democrats would be calling for Trump to be impeached, would be arrested, be fired, and then that Republican congressman would be canned in less than 2 seconds. I guarantee you guys. I guarantee you if this happened during the Trump administration. But sadly, though, ladies and gentlemen, it is happening in Brandon's illegitimate administration, and the liberal media is ignoring it and going like this. Oh, what story? Oh, I don't know about this shit. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, ladies and gentlemen. And I guarantee you this, guys. I guarantee you this. If this happened during Trump, you would see the shitstorm like no tomorrow. And y'all can flag this on Friday, December 15th, 2023. Okay? If this happened during the Trump administration, I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, heads would roll. And I guarantee you that the left would be calling for a Trump impeachment and be calling for the removal of that congressman. I would not be surprised. But I'm telling you this right now because it's happening during Brandon's administration where he allowed a male to female tranny to show his fake tits out in the open during like a Pride Month there. And then now you got a Democrat senator staffer having gay sex in the Senate Judiciary Hearing Room? I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I cannot wait till 2024 comes soon enough. I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen. I seriously cannot wait because the sooner January 2024 comes, is that year that we're going to start ramping up getting either Trump or Kennedy in the White House. Either one of those, you know what I mean? Anything but like Brandon, but I just go like this. You wonder why our allies don't trust us anymore. Our allies don't rely on us anymore. You wonder why, ladies and gentlemen, that aliens don't visit us anymore. You wonder why, guys. You freaking wonder why they don't talk to us anymore. You wonder because I'm gonna tell you this right now, guys. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm sitting here in my diaper in my onesie. I just say like this: The whole world is crashing and burning, and it's on fucking fire. It is. It is crashing and burning, and I would not be surprised if this country is fractured, split apart. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't, guys. I wouldn't. But anyway, guys, I want to talk about this one upcoming film, okay? I want to talk about this. Okay, there's a new film called Civil War by A24, okay? It talks about it gives a glimpse in a view, in a predicted view of like a of the future of the United States of America, okay? Saying that, for example, if Trump gets elected or if Biden gets elected, then states will start seceding, breaking up. The country will be balkanized, and people will be fractured and all this shit. I'm like, is there something that Hollywood or the liberal left, pedo Hollywood, is not telling us? Because if they're making films like this, predicting that, oh, if Biden gets elected again, this country is going to be fractured. We're going to be in civil war. Or it's the same thing if it was Trump. If Trump got elected, and then they'd be like, oh, liberal states would be seceding from America and all that shit. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, movies like this give an alternate view, give a liberal alternate view. And I look at it like this, guys. I look at it like this. This film gives you a view of what would happen if basically the country fractured. Okay? It gives this slanted view, guys, of what would happen at the end of the 2024 presidential election. Okay? Where the country's fractured, the country is split, the country is balkanized in the same way as what happened to Yugoslavia. Okay? It gives that kind of view. And it gives a what if scenario if the Civil War happened again in America in modern times. To me, guys, this film is going to set a dangerous precedent. This film is going to set to be a conspiracy theory slash prediction on what would happen if the United States of America fractured and balkanized and split into many regions or factions. It it gives a predictive slant. It does. But to me, I look at the previews of the film and then correlate that to what's going on in this country right now. And we're not that far off. We're not that far off. With the way the left is fracturing, splintering, and even like basically being so divided, divisive, and all that shit. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, we're not that far off. We're one. I often say this on the podcast show, guys. We are one step closer to a full blown civil war in this country. The way the far left, socialists, communists, Democrats, BLM, you know what I mean, and you got the Antifa types. We're not that far off, ladies and gentlemen. We're not that far off. This film, in my opinion, if and I will see it, and I'll see it. We're not far off. We're one step closer to a full-blown civil war in this country. And I'm telling you right now, we are we are inching closer and closer and closer. Whether you fucking like it or not, we're inching closer and closer to a full-blown fucking civil war in this country. The way the left is pushing us to that point, and I'm gonna say this: there needs to be some adults and some grown-ups in this room that need to clamp this shit down. Because I'm a student of history. If you ever want to know what happened during the Yugoslavia civil war, where the country fractured, broken up into different regions and states, I'm telling you this right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you this right now. History has a freaking weird way of repeating themselves. History does, guys. History does. And if people don't understand this concept, guys, and I'm going to say this, people who do not learn their history are fucking doomed to repeat it. And right now, we are one step closer to repeating the civil war in this country, repeating the Yugoslavian war. Is this something that Democrats and the left want? Is this what the globalist elites want? They want to usher this civil war, this divide in this country? Do they want to fracture this country, break this country apart into different factions? I'm telling you this right now, guys. For the sake of the United States of America, we need cooler heads. We need cooler heads to prevail. We need adults and grown-ups who fucking have two brain cells rubbed together and say, we gotta stop this shit. I don't care whose side of the table you're on, whether the left or the right, we need to just stop. Just stop and think, what the fuck are you doing? Is that too hard to ask in this country? Is it too damn hard? I mean, it's hard enough for me to have a diaper change, but is it hard enough to just stop and think, what are you doing by like being so divisive, like basically that you want to go at each other's throats? I mean, come on, people. I mean, for Christ's sakes, for crying out loud. I mean, seriously, this film gives an alternate review of what could happen if we keep going down that path. If we keep going down that path that we're going in, do the left want this country to be fractured like the Yugoslavian war? Because I'll tell you this, if the left thinks that civil wars, divisions, and all this shit is great, then the people who are pushing us towards that need to be thrown in prison, need to be thrown in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, ladies and gentlemen. They really do, guys. They really do. Because the fact of the matter is, guys, I'm telling you right now, these people are pushing us towards civil war, are pushing us towards balkanization. These people are pushing us. And if these people aren't stopped, I hate to wake up in a day where the United States of America no longer fucking exists. And when the country is fractured and broken in the same fashion as Europe and the balkanization of it. I hate for that to happen. I really, really, really do. Seriously, guys. We need adults and fucking grown-ups to get their fucking heads out of their asses and stop acting like fucking immature brats and get your fucking heads together and say, look, we have our differences. We have all different viewpoints, beliefs, and this and this and this. We can come together and still exist as a nation. It's that simple. But you got the left who is so divisive, who acts so fucking childish that I fucking wonder, where are the adults in the room? Where are the grown-ups? Because they need to get their heads out of their asses. Stop being afraid of the left. Stop appeasing these people and start being a grown-up and telling these immature leftists to go to your fucking room and don't come out until you learn to behave and act like normal civilized adults. It's that simple. Is it too hard to ask? Is it? Come on. Come on. Is it too hard to ask? Because I can do it. If I can do it, y'all can do it. The fact of the matter is, we have people who are afraid to stand up to the left. We really do. And my apology, guys, if you heard Light Star flying over. I'm guessing, guys, there's probably a major car accident, or something. So I do apologize, and I do apologize if you hear it, because the helicopters do fly over my house and it's along their flight path. So I do apologize in advance. But the fact of the matter is, this video is a stark warning of what could happen if this country is fractured. It really is, guys. It really is. And as someone who's read about civil wars and division, like the Yugoslavian Civil War and the Rwanda Civil War, telling you, man, we do not want that in our doorstep. And we do not need that. And we seriously need to stop acting like brats and like immature adults and start acting like normal adults. We really do, guys. We really do. Really. We really do, man. We really do. And by the way, guys, I will post a link of that film trailer in the description below. But I will say this, guys. It serves as a stark warning that if we don't stop what we're doing, we're headed down that road. I'm telling you right now, we are headed down that road and there's no turning back. And I'm going to say this to the left. Once you open once you take that genie out of the bottle of civil war, there's no putting it back, left. I'm going to give you that warning right now. The second you open that civil war bottle, there's no way there ain't no way for you to put it back. So be warned about cracking that bottle, because once you crack it, good luck trying to put the genie back in the bottle. Good luck. And when you do try it, and if you're successful, let me know. Let me know, guys. Let me know. I'd like to take a crack at it myself. Okay? I would love to take a crack at it. I really, really do, guys. really, because I want to see how successful you really are. So, anyway, before we ever end the show for today, I want to talk about you about these two articles that came from the Hartford Courant and NBC Connecticut. Okay? Appeals court reinstates Connecticut female high school athlete suit, seeks to bar transgender competition. Okay? And same thing here on NBC Connecticut. Court revives lawsuit over Connecticut rule allowing trans girls to compete in school sports. Okay? So I'll read you the gist of the headline from the Hartford Courant, and I'll read you the first three paragraphs of it. A federal appeals court has reversed a Connecticut judge and reinstated a civil rights suit by four female high school track and field athletes who claimed their athletic careers were hurt by a state policy allowing those born as biological males to compete against them as transgender athletes. The narrowly focused decision Friday by the full U.S. Circuit of Appeals for the Second Circuit orders the suit to proceed without resolving the central question raised by four young women: whether a policy requiring them to compete against transgender athletes violates Title IX of the U.S. Civil Rights Law, which requires schools receiving federal money to provide equal athletic opportunity for women. Should the women prevail in the reinstated suit, it could lead to a ban against transgender athletic competition. Well, so, what happened was, guys, ladies and gentlemen, these four women who originally sued the state saying that for them to compete in sports against biological men who claim to be women violated their civil rights, a Connecticut judge originally like basically ruled against them. So these girls appealed to the full U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, and in the ruling, okay, the judge, okay, in the ruling, the appeals court sent the case back to the U.S. District Judge Robert Cheney in Hartford, who dismissed the suit in April on procedural grounds. The appeals court said, nope, nope. They say like this: the plaintiffs have merit. The plaintiffs should be heard in court. You didn't, they told the judge, you didn't give them their full day. So now you have to give them their full day in court. And if you don't give them their full day in court, they have the right to take it all the way up to SCOTUS. So basically, what the appeals court said was this: whether the plaintiff's Title IX claims have any merit is not before us today. The ambient decision by the appeals court said, nor is plaintiff's ultimate entitlement to a remedy. We consider only whether the plaintiffs have standing to sue and whether they can, at this stage, seek monetary damages. Although the specific issue before us are narrow and our decision very limited in scope, questions of standing and the availability of monetary damage have broad implications for all manners of civil rights litigation and civil rights plaintiffs. Precedent and principle require that we proceed cautiously before limiting access to the courts and remedies. So basically, the appeals court said that Robert Chatney, did in fact have jurisdiction. The appellate court concluded that the four high school girls had argued persuasively that they had concrete, particularized, and actual injury that could be readdressable by monetary damages and injunction orders defendants to alter certain athletic records. Okay? But The appeals court left out the resolution question about financial damage and correction of athletic records to Cheney, just as he did determine whether the young woman can prove that the state transgender policy, athletic policy, violated their civil rights under Title IX. So basically, it's like this. The four women were suing the state saying that your transgender athletic policy violates their civil rights. These girls weren't after monetary damage, weren't after for monetary damage. They were just trying to say to the courts, Your Honor, Title IX, Title IX says like this: I'm supposed to be treated equally because I'm a female athlete, okay? But you have men who claim to be women taking away our rights. Yeah. So basically, is this the courts basically say like this. The appeals court said like this. This has to go back to the lower court for a hearing and to give these girls a fair shake. Yeah, they really do. And even on NBC Connecticut, the headline, the gist of the article says like this: Opponents of Connecticut's policy of letting transgender girls compete in girls' high school sports will get a second chance to challenge it in court. An appeals court ruled Friday, which revived the case without weighing on its merits. Both sides called it a win. The ACLU said it welcomes a chance to defend the rights of the two transgender high school track runners it represents. The Alliance for Defending Freedom, which represents the four female athletes who brought the suit, also said it looks forward to seeking a ruling on the case's merit. And then the next paragraph says like this: In a rare full meeting of all active judges on the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan, the judges found that the female runners have standing to sue and have described their injuries that might qualify for monetary damages. The runners seek to alter certain athletic records, alleging that they were deprived of honors and opportunities at elite track and field events because they say male athletes were permitted to compete against them. Yep. So basically, it's like this. They sued these four women who sued the state, saying that they were in the athletic association, saying that they were deprived under Title IX because you have these mediocre male athletes who couldn't compete and beat a man in the same sport, are now using women's sports as a retirement or as a place to get their wins at the expense of women. I'm gonna say like this. I agree with the women who are suing the athletic association and the state. I agree with the lawsuit, and I hope they win, because the fact of the matter is that you have mediocre men who claim to be women who are stealing everything from women. And mind you, the fact that they're not doing their own thing. They're not creating their own athletic competition, their leagues, their sports, their teams, or whatnot, but instead are hijacking women because they know that they think that women won't fight back. Telling you, man, telling you, ladies and gentlemen, when both these stories came across my RSS feed, I was like, this just goes to show that people are starting to finally fucking wake up and realize that women's sports is not a retirement home for mediocre male athletes. Just that simple. If these dudes wanted to compete in sports so badly, why the fuck are they not demanding that athletic associations create an open class for them? Oh, wait, because these mentally ill dudes who pretend to be women, they want women to affirm their fetish and their mental illness. It's like, no, dude, no, 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 dude, no, dude. Society does not cater to your mental illness or your feelings. Okay? If you want society to cater to your bullshit, there's the mental health prison right down the road. They're more than welcome to take care of you. They really are, guys. They're more than welcome to take care of you. They are. They are. But society does not. Society didn't sign up to cater to mediocre men who claim to be women. Society didn't sign up for this shit. And we never asked for it. So, and the women never asked for it. So that's why I sit there and I look at this and I go, yes, this is a victory for the women. They're going to get a chance to hear their case because the judge in that case didn't want to hear it. So he ruled in favor of the mediocre men who claim to be women and didn't give the other side a fair chance. Didn't give them a chance to hear their side of the story. And now that these women are going to get to tell their side of the story, tell their view, tell and explain why that they're going to be cheated out of a fair competition. Oh yeah, I'm siding with the women on this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm siding with them big time. And I'll tell you this right now. These women are going to get their day in court. They're going to get their day. And I've said like this, they deserve to get their day in court. They deserve to be heard. And if the judge is not hearing them, someone's got to make that judge hear them. Or if I were these women, I'd say like this. Let's take this all the way up to SCOTUS. See what SCOTUS says. Some people will be like, oh, I can't go in front of SCOTUS. SCOTUS would rip my neck apart. They would rip my neck so far apart I would not survive after all this shit. It's that simple. But I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, man. If the women are able to prevail in this lawsuit, sorry about that. If they are, this will have far-reaching implications. Okay, this will be where you'll have mediocre men who claim to be women will be banned from competing in women's sports, and that'll be a good thing because I believe in fairness and equal equal rights for all. So which means it's like this. If these mediocre men who claim to be women want to compete in sports, why the fuck are you trampling on somebody else's rights? Because their rights are just as important as yours, and that just because you want to compete with women, I'm going to say like this, then why don't you fight to create your own division? Or is it that you want the women to affirm your fetish or your mental illness? I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, if this court case prevails, this will have legal precedent in the same way as the Bruin decision. This will impact states that allow like mediocre male athletes to compete with like women. And then they'll be able to say, well, in Connecticut they had a court case like this and then they ruled in their favor. So now like any mediocre male athlete, they won't be able to have suit. They won't be able to sue. and they'll be left to figure out like, oh, we're gonna have to do our own thing, this and this and this and this and this. Well, that's a good thing, guys. That is really a good thing. And I hope these women prevail. I really do, guys. I really do. Oh, wow. Wow. That was a good long show for today. That was a good long show. That was. But in any case, I want to talk about this, and it's not important, but I know I have been podcasting a bit because I've been focusing on my new job. I cannot say where I work because I want to keep this as confidential as much as possible. Okay. But this new job is great. It's paying me well. And yes, I am working in a medical facility. So I can't say where. I'm sorry. I cannot say where. I have my reasons for that. All right. So I hope you all enjoy Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.